I'm Deb Schuler, President of Iowa Women in Agriculture and member of American Agri-Women. My question today has to deal with infrastructure. At times, harvested grain cannot access desirable markets due to infrastructure and transportation challenges. Yep. What are your thoughts to improve our country's infrastructure?
Yeah. You know, it's such an important question. Have you ever noticed how the federal government spends more money every single year and never has enough money to do the important things? Roads and bridges, infrastructure, is a federal government responsibility, actually. You know, there are lots of things the federal government does that it shouldn't be doing, but this is one they should be doing. And yet, they never have enough money. They never have enough money. So we have to go through Iowa state gas tax, all these things, to try and fund a responsibility of the federal government. Of course, the federal government has loads of money, but they never prioritize it. This is why we have to now undertake systematic and systemic reform. It's why I keep talking about zero-based budgeting, which will require an act of Congress, and I will ask the citizens of this great United States to help me pressure Congress to go to zero-based budgeting. But if we don't know where our money is being spent, and we don't, then we can't prioritize our money. The truth is, by the way, does anyone run a family budget without knowing where you're spending money? Does anyone run a budget for anything without knowing where you're spending money? Of course you don't. And yet we do in the federal government. And every year at an appropriations hearings, we don't talk about all the money. We never talk about all the money. We talk about the rate of increase over last year's budget. And so all the money that's being spent never gets examined. We just keep spending it. And so when we need to do something new, when we have an investment that needs to be made in roads and bridges and infrastructure, we don't have enough money to do it. We must invest in our roads and bridges and infrastructure. And we must spend less money in the federal government overall. Therefore, we have to go to zero-based budgeting, and we have to say, you know what, this is money not being spent well, and we shouldn't be spending it at all. We're going to cut this, and we need to invest more in roads and bridges.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here.